telling you can't be selfish because I seen you at the All-Star game before and you wanted to score and not pass the ball.
This guy said, did she really say you can't be selfish when she takes 30 shots and misses 27 of them instead of passing to her teammate?
Angel Reese just delivered the ultimate egg-on-your-face moment at the Super Bowl, and it's comedy gold. She called out another player for being a ball hog. Yes, that Angel Reese, the reigning queen of missed layups and ill-advised shots, pointing the finger at someone else for not sharing the rock. The irony is so thick, it's almost as heavy as her shot selection.
The NFL put this out last night. LSU legends Angel Reese, Jaden Daniels. Do not clump in Jaden with that bum. Angel only a legend in her own mind. A lot of people roasted the legend part. Legend and Angel Reese should never be in the same sentence. Reese wishes she was a legend like Caitlyn Clark. Laugh out loud.
We've seen this story play out 1,000 times. Clanking layups, racking up rebounds off her own missed shots, and acting like double-doubles are impressive when half the points come from cleaning up her own mess. Meanwhile, her team mysteriously starts clicking when she's on the bench. But there she is, chasing the spotlight like it's a debt collector instead of, actually improving her game.
Angel showed up with her business out. You can see the business is just everywhere. Chesticles bouncing all over the place. She's not any good at basketball, so she has to show some skin to stay relevant.
While her teammates are putting in work at the gym, Angel Reese is front and center at the Super Bowl, trying to grab the spotlight like she's angling for a reality TV spot. But here's the kicker. It blew up in her face. Even her own fans couldn't back her this time, calling her out for chasing clout instead of focusing on basketball.
Unrivaled had games yesterday. This is their season. They got games tomorrow. Angel Reese, of course, as you can expect, would be in the basketball court, deep in the lab, really putting in work. Except she wasn't.
While Reese was busy playing fashion icon at the Super Bowl, Caitlyn Clark was doing what she does best, putting in work. Clark doesn't need flashy outfits or viral moments to stay relevant. Her game speaks for itself. As Reese made headlines for all the wrong reasons, Clark was quietly dominating, inspiring the next generation, and proving once again she's operating on a whole different level. In fact, Clark skipped the Super Bowl altogether to focus on a workout and welcome her new teammate, DeWanna Bonner, to Indiana.
Now, we know Caitlyn Clark is down in New Orleans as well, taking care of business, bruh. She's doing her Gatorade thing. She got a Nike commercial about to drop. She's doing drills. She's not on the red carpet half naked. I'm telling you, bruh, Caitlyn Clark definitely looked like she's taking care of everything she needed to get done to go back to Indiana and finish getting ready for the 2025 season.
Let's talk about impact, because the numbers don't lie. Reese strutted around the Super Bowl like she was the main event. But Clark's jersey retirement, yeah, just the jersey retirement, pulled in 1.1 million viewers, and she wasn't even playing. That's right, Clark didn't even need to touch a basketball to outdraw Reese's actual games, which can barely scrape together 100,000 viewers on a good day.
Caitlyn Clark being in the building, 1.1 million average viewers.
Angel Reese failed to break 100,000 viewers. Now tell me again how everybody's tuning in for you.
It couldn't be more obvious. Caitlyn Clark is about greatness. Angel Reese is about attention. Reese's Super Bowl stunt was the perfect example of why she'll never be on Clark's level. She had the nerve to criticize another player for not passing the ball when she's literally the biggest ball hog in women's basketball. It's like LeBron James calling someone out for flopping. Honestly, make it make sense.
I see you miss layups just like they do and everything, but forget them. I mean, I miss layups too. So, I mean,
everybody miss layups, but they can't get mad if I get the rebound, box me out.
Yeah.
You're like 6'4". Is there a reason you cannot hit a damn layup?
Don't be mad because your fade didn't box her out. That's what I say.
Reese has built a whole career on forcing bad shots, ignoring open teammates, and missing layups like it's her side hustle. Yet somehow, she's got the nerve to throw shade. The delusion is gold medal worthy. Let's talk about what's really going down in the league that stands head and shoulders above the rest. The league where Reese was supposed to prove that people actually watch for her, too.
Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest. We can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlyn Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero zip, nothing. Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups? Not I.
Angel Reese is failing spectacularly. Her games are a train wreck, like a blooper reel stuck on loop. Missed layups, forced shots, and stats that don't add up. She'll chuck up 5 shots to make 1, and her fans act like she's out here putting up triple doubles. But let's be real, she's just cleaning up her own mess. The truth is, a lot of people are just tuning in to watch her blooper reel.
Is there anybody else in the WNBA or NBA that does this more than Reese? From tonight's game, third quarter, in 16 seconds, Reese took 4 shots, missed the first 3 shots, got an offensive rebound off her own 3 misses, and then finally made the 4th. But, quote, double-double, this looks just like Chicago Sky shit from last year.
And here's the brutal truth. Her team plays better without her. That's not up for debate. It's a fact. The second she's on the bench, the offense flows, the defense locks in, and suddenly, it's like watching actual basketball. If she was really the star she thinks she is, her absence would hurt the team, not make them better.
Angel Reese fans are celebrating another double-double. And I do understand a double-double from her and a win, missing your shots.
Now let's flip the script to Caitlyn Clark. She doesn't need to force shots or pad her stats. She just dominates, effortlessly. And here's the crazy part. Clark didn't even have to step on the court to outshine Reese. While Reese was out there chasing headlines with her Super Bowl antics, Clark didn't even show up, and her Nike commercial racked up millions of views. She's breaking records without even lifting a finger. Meanwhile, Reese is struggling to get people to care about her actual games. Clark's mere presence is enough to break viewership records, while Reese is out here relying on controversy just to get noticed.
That's crazy. Just by her going to the game, it's the second most watched NCAA game. Like, that's crazy. That just shows how popular she is right now.
The one thing I would say about Caitlyn Clark fans, they'll go anywhere she goes.
And let's not ignore the obvious. One player is focused on basketball, the other is focused on fame. Clark is in the gym, locked in, while Reese is busy chasing photo ops, complaining about WNBA salaries, and pretending to be a victim whenever things don't go her way.
Whatever she thinks she is or she's moving the needle, no. People are reaching for their remote when her games come on and clicking to something else. They're tuning out.
Reese's Super Bowl stunt revealed everything that's off with her approach. She talks a big game, but when it's time to deliver, it's just missed layups and excuses. While she was busy stealing the spotlight, Clark was doing what she does best, perfecting her craft, inspiring millions, and showing exactly why she's the face of women's basketball.
Crazy about this. The numbers were much better than NBA legend Kobe Bryant's jersey retirement ceremony on December 18, 2017 on Iowa versus USC February 3rd. It was also the second most watched game in NCAA history, just by her going to the game.
While the Unrivaled league is fighting for relevance, what does Reese do? Skip practice, start a podcast, whine about her paycheck, and chase every celebrity event in sight. Her priorities couldn't be clearer, and none of them involve actually getting better at basketball.
This is why Angel Reese's game is never going to get better, y'all. Her mom telling her this, and her fans are the same exact way. Zero accountability, bro. Imagine this, y'all. You playing basketball in front of the whole world. People have been constantly criticizing your game, and you messing up on the court. There's all this film and everything about what you need to do better and what you're messing up on. And your mom is just sitting here telling you, well, forget them. Just forget them, bro. Like, that's terrible advice.
Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark is the definition of locked in. She's not skipping practice or chasing clout. Even at the Super Bowl, she was doing drills, staying focused, and representing the game with class. That's the difference. One is building a legacy, The other is building a highlight reel for Instagram.
Like we see why Angel Reese is the way that she is. Man, look at how her mom is just talking to her, telling her just forget them, bro. But then y'all are so mad that the world doesn't like her and talk so much shit about her, bro.
Right.
And then she's like, oh, everybody misses layups. I'm so tired of this everybody misses layups thing. Yes, a whole bunch of basketball players miss layups, but people are not missing layups like Angel Reese.
And here's the plot twist. Even Reese's own fans are starting to wake up. They're realizing the truth. She's all talk. She complains about being underpaid, but isn't putting in the work to show she's worth more. Meanwhile, Clark is setting the standard for young athletes, staying focused on growth and actually improving her game.
Okay, so I thought this was cool. Look, it's no secret that Angel Reese has had finishing woes throughout her professional basketball career thus far. In a sense, it's been something she's been scrutinized and even mocked about.
In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the basketball community, Angel Reese, once a collegiate sensation and now a rising professional star, has been unexpectedly removed from her team. Nola Henry, the dynamic and up-and-coming coach in the Unrivaled League, has captured headlines with her daring decision, leaving fans and analysts alike questioning the reasoning behind this move. What led one of the league's youngest and most talented coaches to part ways with such a prominent player? The surprising exclusion of Angel Reese from the Rose Club squad has sparked intense speculation and debate, highlighting the unpredictable nature of professional sports dynamics.
Off somebody's leg or foot or didn't.
Well, typically, to me, Lisa, the longer it takes proves that there was not conclusive evidence to overturn the call on the floor.
Then just say that and let's move on. We want to see some basketball playing. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's explore the remarkable rise of Nola Henry. At merely 29 years old, Henry has swiftly made her mark as a head coach in the Unrivaled League, showcasing an extraordinary blend of talent and determination. Her career launched in 2020 when she began as an intern with the Connecticut Sun, gaining crucial insights and experience under the guidance of former head coach C.T. Miller. Demonstrating her capabilities, Henry advanced through the WNBA ranks, securing a position as a trusted assistant coach for the Los Angeles Sparks. Her leadership skills shone brightly when she stepped up as interim head coach for 2 games. Now, Henry is one of 6 head coaches leading teams in the newly formed Unrivaled League, where she mentors some of the most skilled players in the sport.
Rose on 3, 1, 2, 3, Rose.
Among the standout athletes on her roster is Angel Reese, the dynamic forward who has captured attention both on the court and beyond. Celebrated for her relentless drive, exceptional skills, and vibrant personality, Angel was anticipated to be a cornerstone of Nola's Rose Club team. However, what circumstances led to her unexpected removal from the lineup? In her initial press conference, Henry expressed enthusiasm for cultivating strong relationships with her players and implementing sophisticated strategies. She underscored the significance of collaboration and discipline, stating, "I'm looking forward to the scheming, but I'm also looking forward to getting to know these players and building something special." Yet, it appears that certain factors or individuals have unsettled her plans for the Rose Club.
If it's one thing I learned from Kurt, it's how to prepare. That's probably the number one thing that he's taught me. So just what's going through my mind is just game plan stuff, just what I need to do to be prepared, how to make the players feel better, make them feel most comfortable and prepared. So just everything going through my mind right now, aside from the gratitude and the appreciation, just for the moment, the opportunity is just preparation, game plan stuff. I'm thinking about the game.
Insiders reveal that friction started to emerge during the initial phases of team practices. Reese, celebrated for her intense competitive nature, reportedly had conflicts with Nola Henry's coaching approach. Team sources suggested there were disputes regarding player roles and strategic choices, with Angel allegedly challenging some of the coaching methods. Boasting a talented roster that features stars like Chelsea Gray, C.A. Copper, and Brittany Sykes, Nola Henry faced difficult decisions. In such a fiercely competitive league as Unrivaled, full commitment to the system is essential from every player. When it came time to finalize the Rose Club roster, Henry made the decisive choice to remove Reese from the starting lineup. This unexpected move left fans astonished and sparked discussions about the dynamics between coach and player.
Rebounding the ball really well, specifically on the offensive glass. I think since adding the addition of Angel Reese, adding to Elizabeth Williams, both elite rebounders. So I think one emphasis is just trying to go out there and, rebound the ball. That's a pretty big emphasis for us. And then just playing our game, going out there, competing, having fun, trying to embrace doing the little thing.
Following practice, Henry addressed the media about her decision without specifying any names, stating, "As a coach, it's my responsibility to make choices that benefit the entire team. Sometimes that involves making difficult decisions, but I stand by each one." Although Angel Reese wasn't directly mentioned, the intent was unmistakable. No individual player surpasses the team's needs. Fans swiftly voiced their opinions on social platforms. Some commended Henry for upholding her values and prioritizing the team's welfare, while others questioned the judgment behind removing a player of Reese's talent, with one fan tweeting, "How do you bench Angel Reese? She's a game changer."
When they were playing all of those games in those weird courts where there wasn't that many fans, that was a similar atmosphere to Unrivaled. And the court, by the way, looks beautiful. The graphics, the lighting, all of the things looks absolutely beautiful. But you didn't get that crowd energy like you do get from any other basketball.
So, what's next for Angel Reese? Although she remains on the Rose Club roster, her spot in the starting lineup is still uncertain. For Nola Henry, this decision represents a crucial turning point in her emerging coaching career. Will her bold choice pay off, or could it backfire in the high-pressure environment of Unrivaled basketball? Angel Reese is facing an unexpected reality check in the Unrivaled League. Her move to 3-on-3 basketball has been anything but seamless, with performances that have led fans to question whether she can truly compete with the league's top talent. In her early games with the Rose Club, Reese has been underperforming. Her shooting percentage is dismal, and defensive mistakes have cost the team vital possessions. Even in games where her physicality stands out, her inability to adjust to the faster pace and tighter spacing of 3-on-3 basketball is glaring. Simply put, Reese appears out of her depth, highlighting the significant gap between her and Caitlyn Clark. Clark, who has effortlessly adapted to the Unrivaled format, has been delivering standout performances. She's scoring from all areas of the court, dishing out highlight-worthy assists, and leading her team with exceptional leadership. While Reese struggles to find her rhythm, Clark has firmly established herself as the undisputed Rookie of the Year for 2024. Look at the numbers. Clark is averaging over 20 points per game, shooting an impressive 45% from deep and nearly 6 assists per game. Meanwhile, Reese is barely reaching double digits in scoring, shooting below 30%, and her defensive ratings are among the lowest in the league. The excitement that surrounded Reese from her college days seems to be fading quickly as Clark continues to widen the gap between them. And if you think Reese is trailing far behind Clark, think again. Kate Martin, another rookie who entered Unrivaled with much less fanfare, has been on fire. The Iowa standout has been quietly dominating games, using her versatility to outplay her competition. Martin is shooting exceptionally well, playing lockdown defense, and making a strong case for being the second-best rookie of 2024. Her ability to rise to the occasion has been remarkable. she's not just excelling in her role, she's thriving under the pressure of unrivaled basketball. Fans and analysts alike are beginning to wonder, has Angel Reese been overhyped all along?
You don't get told no. Like, you're going to get the yeses. You're going to get more yeses than nos, and just being able to know that. So I'm excited for that. I know that's going to come soon.
Imagine Angel Reese gripping the microphone, boldly announcing on her podcast her vision of assembling a powerhouse team in Chicago. Fast forward to today, and the Sky locker room is eerily silent, filled only with the sounds of crickets. Not a single top free agent has responded to her call, as the season's elite players are signing elsewhere. It's clear that Chicago's allure isn't as magnetic as Reese had hoped. But what went wrong?
WNBA free agency is officially underway, Annie. So when you see these names and the options that the Sky have, what do you think that they're cooking up?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because Angel and Camilla are very interesting pieces. And when you're talking about, you know, getting the right players in here, there is intrigue when you have young core pieces like that, because you could be part of developing them and developing towards a title contending season. But the reality is the Sky are still very far from that. And so this year, the focus really has to be on getting players in who are going to bridge that gap between this season and next.
Could it be the turmoil within the front office that's driving potential stars away? Or perhaps the facilities, which look more like a high school gymnasium than a top-tier professional arena? Maybe teaming up with the self-proclaimed superstar isn't the allure it was promised to be. Not a single all-star is making their way to the Windy City. Is this the ultimate thanks, but no thanks response to Reese's recruitment push? Let's dissect this free agency debacle and explore whether Angel's once gleaming reputation is beginning to tarnish. Ready to dive in? Let's go!
The whole city is obsessed with you.
I know. I love it
all
here.
the time.
It feels like Baltimore here. I love it here.
It does. Kind of. A little bit. A little DMV action. Yeah. But you know, Chicago is a number 3 market in the country.
Really?
It's New York, LA, and then Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, y'all have everything. I'm not gonna lie, y'all have everything here. Like, it's nothing here that I'm like, oh, I gotta go to a different city for. Like, everything has been here. Which I love.
Remember when Angel Reese confidently declared her intention to build a superstar team in Chicago? Well, the free agency season has just kicked off, and the Windy City is quieter than ever, with crickets chirping in the background. Picture this: Angel, phone in hand, tirelessly scrolling through her contacts, sending one text after another, making call after call, and even sliding into Instagram DMs. But the reaction? Complete radio silence.
Like Angel Reese and Camilla Cardoso too have brought relevance to this team that they've desperately needed in a time when, again, if not for them, they'd be completely irrelevant because of the product that they're putting on the floor.
And also make Chicago an attractive spot when you have Angel Reese and Camilla Cardoso right there, 2 bigs that really shined in their rookie season.
Given the abundance of elite talent on the market this offseason, you'd expect at least one all-star to be eager to join Chicago. Unfortunately, that's not the case. As time passed, the quiet became almost overwhelming. No press events, no enthusiastic social media buzz, nothing. Angel is now left with an empty roster and a multitude of unanswered questions.
So, lads, this is not great news, for the Chicago Sky, who are a team that obviously, look, they're rebuilding. This is a team that is 100% rebuilding. The problem is they don't own their pick. So if the Chicago Sky run it back, they're probably not making the playoffs next year. Look, I think there's going to be an improvement from Angel Reese. I think it's going to be an improvement from Cardoso. But that team with no Kennedy Carter, it's going to be real tough to get any offensive power.
Let's delve into the details. Top-tier talents like Kelsey Plum, Jewel Lloyd, Brittany Griner, Alyssa Thomas, and Kelsey Mitchell were all available this offseason. These are the elite players capable of transforming a franchise overnight. So, how many of them even gave Chicago a second thought? None. Zilch. Absolutely nothing. You might be thinking, is there still a glimmer of hope? Does Angel have a hidden trump card? A surprise signing that could turn the tide? However, As the dust settles and contracts are finalized across the league, one fact stands out. Not a single all-star free agent opted for Chicago. Angel's recruitment strategy didn't just miss the mark, it spectacularly backfired.
So, not a good day for the Chicago Sky. Not a good day at all, because we have heard news from the journalist who reports on the WNBA, and because she is not a homer like a lot of the other people, like normally journalists are complete homers for one team. One of the actual credible journalists reported on something. Sky fans aren't happy. They all want her fired.
Now, things take an even more intriguing turn. The Sky's front office isn't exactly easing the situation. Take Kennedy Carter, their top scorer. Did they even bother to extend her a qualifying offer? It appears they might be intentionally driving talent away. And let's not overlook those trade negotiations that led to nothing. It's almost as if the moment Angel's name was brought up, the front office decided to run for the hills.
Kennedy had an incredible season for us last year, says the GM. She's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff and we'll make changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent.
What's the fallout for Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed luminary who was meant to be Chicago's Pied Piper, attracting a lineup of all-stars to the Windy City? It seems she might end up leading a solo march instead. Now, that's a tough pill to swallow. So, what exactly went wrong? Why did none of the top talents choose Chicago?
Is Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Kennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of Chicago.
While Angel Reese was focused on building her dream team, the real excitement of free agency was unfolding elsewhere. Imagine a whirlwind of activity across the league as top-tier players made their moves, leaving Chicago in the shadows. Let's dive into the hot spots where the stars chose to shine instead.
WNBA, the Seattle Storm are sending Jewel Lloyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a blockbuster three-team trade that moves Kelsey Plum to the LA Sparks. That's according to ESPN. As part of the deal, Seattle receives the second pick in this year's WNBA draft from LA in exchange for the Storm's number 9 pick, while the Aces also receive the 13th pick, a second-round selection from the Sparks.
Take Kelsey Plum, for instance. Her lethal three-point shooting was a key factor in Las Vegas clinching 2 championships. Now, she's bringing her talents to Los Angeles, making the Sparks a formidable force. So, why did she choose LA over Chicago? It's straightforward. The Sparks offer a winning culture, top-tier facilities, and a well-managed front office. Tough break, Angel. But the plot thickens with Jewel Lloyd. She had the opportunity to return to her hometown, Chicago. You'd think teaming up with Angel would be a dream scenario, right? Think again. Lloyd assessed the Sky's situation and decided against it, opting instead to join Las Vegas and collaborate with Aja Wilson. Ouch.
Angel Reese was older. I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
The WNBA is absolutely losing it. On the latest comedy special, Angel Reese declared her intention to dethrone Caitlyn Clark, as if the enduring superstar could be unseated by someone who's been busy feigning injuries and shedding tears over on-screen theatrics. And let's not overlook her complaints about her salary being substandard. Angel has officially branded herself.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlyn Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
It's truly ridiculous that she believes she can outshine Clark, the athlete who consistently makes history each season. Reese has only perfected the art of self-deprecation, but who knows? Maybe she's earning accolades for being pitiable. Before Reese starts talking about taking over the WNBA, she might want to reassess her reputation first. Switching coaches won't make her the standout. she needs to adjust her attitude first.
And look, Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her?
Angel Reese appears convinced that partnering with David Alexander, LeBron James's trainer, will catapult her into women's basketball stardom. Indeed, collaborating with one of the top trainers globally might make her seem nearly unbeatable and poised to unseat Caitlyn Clark. However, while Reese is busy refining her general movement patterns, Caitlyn Clark is actively enhancing her shooting and playmaking, key aspects that define the best players on the court. Best of luck, Angel. Clark is sharpening the skills that have already left you behind as you continue your current efforts. Reese might have enjoyed her time at LSU, but equating her level with Clark's is like claiming you'll drop a hit album after singing in the shower for 5 minutes. That's not competitive, it's sheer delusion. While Clark reigns supreme in basketball overall, Reese may have been LSU's standout. But Caitlyn is out there transforming the entire game. Reese boasts about overtaking Clark. However, I'd love to hear more about how you intend to dethrone a legend before you've even started making your mark professionally.
Camilla, this is the most we've ever lost in our life. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU. So, it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Let's rewind to the 2023 NCAA Championship. Remember that scene? Reese was desperately trying to steal Clark's spotlight with a childish taunt, flashing the "you can't see me" gesture right back at Clark. Oh, that was certainly a moment, but for all the wrong reasons. While Reese was busy playing WWE with her hand movements, Clark was out there effortlessly outscoring everyone, including Reese. Angel's bold move was a weak attempt to make herself relevant by trying to steal the show for just 5 seconds. Reese was merely acting to grab attention. This isn't the case.
There is no one like Caitlyn Clark in the history of the WNBA.
Speaking of numbers, let's consider Reese's WNBA debut. It was underwhelming at best. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark is setting the league on fire, averaging 19.2 points per game and dishing out assists like she's been playing professionally for years. In comparison, Reese is putting up 13.6 points per game, which is almost 6 points shy of Clark's tally, in case anyone was unaware. And let's not overlook that Clark topped all rookies with 8.4 assists per game. So, what was Reese up to? She was still mastering consistent shooting, though she certainly gave it her best effort. Moving on to the Rookie of the Year race, Reese only reached the finals, which now feels more like a participation ribbon. Clark didn't just win, she entered the league with a clear intention to dominate, and now Reese is struggling to keep pace. Clark secured that award effortlessly. It wasn't even a contest.
But they still ask you about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. The pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I could just hoop. So I don't know when it started to just break out where I was just in Rookie of the Year conversations. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
Reese's off-court life has truly become a spectacle. She secured a shoe deal with Reebok, which is quite a feat for someone who hasn't yet proven she can consistently perform at the highest level. Let's give her that. Meanwhile, Clark is out there revolutionizing the game with every move she makes. Reese is busy showcasing her lifestyle on Instagram, which is nice and all, but if you think that will help you surpass Clark, then good luck. If I were in her place, I'd focus more on basketball instead of counting the number of likes on your posts. In summary, while Angel Reese may be garnering attention with her off-court ventures and endorsement deals, Caitlyn Clark stands out as the true powerhouse in women's basketball. Clark's unwavering dedication to refining her skills, combined with her impressive on-court statistics and game-changing plays, solidifies her position as a league leader. As the WNBA progresses, it's evident that Caitlyn Clark is not only setting new standards, but also shaping the future of the sport. Meanwhile, Reese's focus on lifestyle branding and inconsistent performance leaves her trailing behind, highlighting the clear distinction between fleeting fame and sustained excellence in the world of basketball.
Listen, she's a beautiful young lady, and there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. It's not going to work with people. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not going to work. And when you do stuff like that and you're drawing attention to yourself because of that, that can be problematic for you.
Imagine this. It's New Year's Eve, and Angel Reese drops a selfie that's more about saying, "Look at me," than gearing up for the game. The internet ignites, and not in a favorable way. Stephen A. Smith erupts in his signature style, and just like that, Reese's social media presence goes dark. But here comes the crucial question. Was it all worth it?
Here's the part that I like about the backlash. Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash and provoking the backlash.
From WNBA rebounding champion to Instagram outcast, Reese's story serves as a cautionary tale for athletes everywhere. But don't worry, we're not just here to analyze. Smith didn't hold back, calling out Reese's attention-seeking antics and drawing comparisons to the ever-professional Caitlyn Clark. You won't believe what he had to say about Reese's desperate bid for the spotlight and how it's shaping her future in the WNBA. Ready to hear it? Let's dive in.
Especially when the comparison is going to be drawn to Caitlyn Clark, who isn't doing such things. That might not be fair. I'm not saying it is. And you certainly have the right to dress how you want and to do what you want and to live your life. But people have a right to have their opinions about what you put on display. And if they don't like it and they believe that it's not the right thing for you to be doing when you talk about building your brand, I don't know how you can argue that, Tori.
As the countdown to midnight begins, Angel Reese takes the stage in a show-stopping dress, all set to welcome 2025. However, her fans weren't exactly thrilled with the spectacle. Reese shared the video on Instagram, probably expecting it to go viral. Instead, it blew up in the worst way possible. The backlash was swift and fierce, with comments that made everyone cringe. Even her most dedicated supporters were left wondering, what were you thinking? That's the moment you know things have gone seriously wrong.
My daughters are fully aware. Daddy had better damn well not see an outfit like that on social media. Now, I ain't judging Angel Reese. Live your life. I'm talking about my daughters.
Right.
I promise you. I promise you. I better not see that. Hey, they could be in college in LA, in Boston, or anywhere in between. Daddy will drop the mic, hop in the car, on the plane, or wherever. That ain't gonna happen. You said, I'm not having it. That's me.
So, what sparked all the drama? Picture Reese in a skimpy dress that left very little to the imagination, striking poses and walking in ways that made everyone do a double take. This wasn't your typical New Year's outfit. It was designed to make a statement, and boy, did it succeed. As the heat intensified, Reese's social media presence went silent. Then, out of nowhere, her Instagram account vanished. Just like that, it was gone.
She deleted her Instagram, and that's the most important part about all of this, because clearly she's uncomfortable with some of the backlash that she's getting because she deleted her Instagram.
Let's get real. This isn't just about a dress. It's about a young athlete who might have sabotaged her own reputation. Reese is only 22, and in the sports arena, that's prime time to make smart moves. So, what caused such an uproar? Imagine Reese in a barely there outfit that left little to the imagination, striking poses and walking with such flair that everyone couldn't help but take a second look. This wasn't your typical New Year's attire. It was designed to make a statement, and boy, did it achieve that. As the controversy ramped up, Reese's social media went silent. Then, out of the blue, her Instagram account disappeared. Just like that, it was gone. Now, everyone's left wondering what's next for Reese. But before we can even process the fallout, Stephen A. Smith jumps in with his take. Trust me, you won't want to miss what he has to say about Reese's New Year's Eve move.
Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it.
You know things are getting serious when Stephen A. Smith jumps into the conversation, and boy, did he have some strong opinions about Angel Reese's New Year's stunt. Smith didn't just drop a comment, he went full disappointed dad mode on Reese. Let's dive into his reaction because it's a real eye-opener.
Yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not dumb. She's quite a brilliant young lady. She's very smart, very accomplished. And on top of it all, she is in this age where she does know social media exists, and she has exploited it to her advantage.
First things first, Smith didn't hesitate to call out Reese's hypocrisy at lightning speed, faster than you can say double standard. He pointed out that you can't go around complaining about being objectified down the line. Ouch, that's a sharp hit. But wait, there's more. Smith wasn't about to let Reese off the hook that easily. Here's where it gets fascinating. Smith decided to engage in a bit of compare and contrast. Guess who emerged as the perfect example of how to manage your brand? None other than Caitlyn Clark. Yeah, that Caitlyn Clark, the one who's been absolutely crushing it both on and off the court without a hint of controversy.
Here's what I have a problem with, Tori. Angel Reese, in doing the things that she has done, let's face reality. She's going to be attached to Caitlyn Clark to some degree. If Angel Reese had never waved her hand in her face when LSU was beating Iowa for in the Final Four of the national championship, if that hadn't happened, Angel Reese's name might not be as big.
But here's the real kicker. Smith's critique dives deeper than just a flashy photo. He's questioning Reese's priorities. Is she prioritizing her role as an athlete or her persona as an influencer? Can she juggle both? It's like watching a high-stakes game of identity tug-of-war. And right now, Reese seems to be getting pulled in too many directions.
You have to be cognizant that no matter how you step out of your house, you are now Angel Reese. And you will always be picked apart, unfortunately. It comes with the crown. You're a queen, you're beautiful, So you just have to remember that if you aren't ready for the scrutiny, if you're not ready for the heat, then, you just gotta be mindful that what comes with it.
Smith's guest jumped into the fray, fanning the flames even higher. Their perspective? Reese is starving for attention, any attention she can snag. It's like she's perpetually stuck in a game of notice me, while the rest of the sports world is laser focused on the actual competition. Not exactly the image of a dedicated athlete, if you ask me. Now, here's where things get serious. Smith warns that this behavior could put Reese's WNBA career on the line. Are teams keeping a close watch? You bet your bottom dollar they are. He nailed it when he pointed out that when you engage in antics like that and constantly seek the spotlight, it can backfire and become a real problem for you.
It might have been a right or wrong decision depending on what she feels or what other people feel. I'm just saying that what's inescapable is that even though she's not Caitlyn Clark, she's going to be reminded she's not Caitlyn Clark with every good thing that Caitlyn Clark does, because that was her number one nemesis, in a lot of people's eyes, number one.
Let's cut to the chase. In the high-stakes world of pro sports, your reputation isn't just built on your performance on the court, it's also shaped by how you conduct yourself off it. Right now, Reese's off-court antics are stealing the spotlight from her athletic achievements. According to Smith, The key takeaway is that Reese needs to decide what she wants her legacy to be, her game or her Instagram presence. It's a tough choice, but one she needs to make quickly, because in the fast-paced arena of professional sports, yesterday's star can become today's cautionary tale faster than you can say Angel Reese.